Welcome. Thank you for coming today. My name is Heather Hall. I'm the 1st District and District Councilwoman, and I serve as the vice chair, or the chairman with Councilman O'Neill, vice chair of the Shoal Creek TIF Commission. And what's exciting about that is the Shoal Creek TIF Commission, TIF Committee, through the TIF Commission, serves to fix and find and then fix projects in and around the Shoal Creek TIF boundaries that need help, whether it's potholes, whether it's sidewalks, whether it's lights, something of infrastructure issue that will help make place a better place for our families and people to move around in our community. So this is a project that's been a long time coming. We meet about every quarter, and during that quarter meeting a few years ago, it came to our attention through the school district and through the library that this was an unsafe intersection. We had people trying to cross over 4 lanes of traffic to get to and from the neighborhoods and the school and the library. And then we had school buses that were trying to get in and out, but unfortunately, because of the way that the layout was, they weren't able to do that in a safe manner and in a timely manner, which isn't good for all of the students and then the timing of the school district. So we said, well, I think we can fix that. So we were really fortunate that we had people in our Public Works Department and in our Parks Department who also helped with the financials to help us understand how much it would cost, to say, this is what it's going to cost. So we were able to look to see what it would cost, and it was about $178,000 to put in a light. And we felt like the safety of our residents was way more valuable than $178,000. So Councilman O'Neill and I, along with our TIF Commission members, we voted unanimously to put in this light. And it's taken a while, like most things in government. They take a little longer than Kevin and I would like sometimes. But here we are, and we're really happy to have it happen. So I'm honored to be here. I'm honored to be a part of this, and I'm honored to see this day happen. I want to thank all the people who are a part of it, and those people are here today, and they're going to be speaking with you as well. People from the Liberty Public Schools, Dr. Tucker and his team, thank you. Andy, the library, Mid-Continent Public Library, Woodneath Center, thank you. You've done an amazing job. We really appreciate it. James Wang, a member of our TIF Commission, thank you for voting for this. Heather Brown, thank you for being the director of the TIF Commission and organizing all the things so we can make this happen and making sure we had the money to do it. Nick Bassanano, thank you so much for what you and the Public Works team did to make it be accomplished. And of course to all of our constituents who were patient and waited for us, because that wasn't really exciting for them to have to do that. I know Principal Bowman, your students have been patiently waiting to be safe in their community. So thank you for letting us finally get to this point. We appreciate that. And then of course to my colleague, Councilman O'Neill, thank you. This has been a long time coming. So I'm gonna let Kevin O'Neill come up and make some remarks, and then we'll get on with the rest of it. Thank you.
She covered everything very well. But I do want to say thanks to Heather, my colleague. Where are you? So when I first got on the council, she brought to my attention, when you get on the council, you kind of don't know anything. And she brought to my attention that one of our greatest needs in the Northland is connections between students and schools. And there's a lot of schools that just don't have connectivity. And so one of our focuses over the last 3.5 years in my term has been connecting kids to schools. This is why this was such a great project, and we didn't have to go into our PIAC money. We were able to use a TIF money to do this. So I think she deserves a lot of credit for this, because it started before I got on the council, and her focus being on kids and getting them to school, connecting, that was real important. So that's all I want to say. And I do want to say thank you to everybody that was involved in all the school districts and everybody. And the kids, thank you guys for being here today. And I'm supposed to introduce Dr. Jeremy Tucker.
What a great time to be together and celebrate this improvement to our infrastructure, not just for the city of Kansas City, but the Liberty Public School District as well. And I was thinking earlier, Councilwoman Hall, I think the last time we did this and a celebration of an improvement was in and around 104th Street.
Yes.
And so the city of Kansas City, both Councilwoman Hall, Councilman O'Neill, they have been tremendous partners as far as working with us when we see a trouble spot and trying to come toward a solution. We've done that in numerous instances. We were talking earlier about Liberty Oaks Elementary and some of our students, just like you guys, bringing a problem forward, and certainly Councilwoman Hall spearheading toward a solution. So what a great example of partnership, great example of collaboration, but certainly not just for the safety of our students as they come and go to school, but then for our entire area, whether it's Woodneath Farms or whether it's other neighborhoods that are close around, the library system as well. We just appreciate the relationship that we have with the city of Kansas City, and going to use this for years and years to come. So thank you all for partnering with us and making this possible.
I'm Heather Brown. I'm Executive Director of the TIF Commission. I won't get too technical on TIF, but it gets a bad rap in Kansas City. The Shoal Creek Parkway TIF does not get a bad rap. It works the way it should.
Thank you.
And under our leadership of our two council persons here, they've done a great job. And they have, as they said, identified needs in the community and tried to address them and have used TIF as the proper tool for that. I'll just tell you briefly that the Shoal Creek Parkway TIF was started way back in 1994, and it's kind of at the end of its life. So some of the projects are expiring, but there's still money which has been generated through that TIF to use for public infrastructure, which the Shoal Creek Parkway TIF uses all of the revenues that are generated for public infrastructure. Nothing goes to private developers. It's all public infrastructure in the area. So it doesn't go south of the river. It doesn't go anywhere else but right around Shoal Creek. So back in the day, am I talking too long?
No,
okay.
Please. We'd love to hear
So
this.
back in 1994, there was a huge tract of land between I-35 and 435 that couldn't be developed. There was no access to it. There was no public infrastructure. So the thought was, way back then, was, well, let's build Shoal Creek Parkway and provide accessibility. Once that happened, then guess what? We had development, private development. Houses started springing up. Commercial development, we had Target, Best Buy, Walmart, all that stuff came once there were rooftops. And then all the funds that are generated through those commercial developments go into this TIF. So that's called, we call those EATs, economic activity taxes. So they're redirected and those dollars stay right here. They stay right here in this area. So I think that's a great example of how TIF should work. And congratulations on this great improvement. Thank you
so much.
Everybody, my name is Nicholas Bostonetto. I'm the city engineer with Public Works, and this is my favorite part of my job, coming out here and seeing improvements. We love making people's lives better, and like everybody's talking about, teamwork makes the dream work. We all work together. We all have our places. We all work together. Our traffic group engineered and built this. The council members got us the money and identified the problem, and the funding from the TIF Commission vital to make these improvements. Actually, I just came from North Brighton Road, which we'll be having a ribbon cutting soon. Another great project funded by you guys. So again, thank you everybody, and congratulations to you children for having. Now you have a nice little place to walk and go to the library and to your school. And I hope you guys all cross very safely. Make sure you press the button. And even if the light turns on, you got to check for cars, because some people don't stop for red lights, all right? So even if you have the walk light, make sure you cross safely. Watch out for cars, all right? So thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Andy Paluzzi, and I'm here this morning representing the Woodneath Library Center, the beautiful library right behind you. I share with my colleagues at the Mid-Continent Public Library our most favorite word, which is access. We choose to gather around access because that typifies so much of what we hope to do for the communities that we serve. Whether it's access to the collections, to the programs and activities, to the rooms. Boy, our study rooms are popular. So what do a library and a streetlight have in common? It's not exactly a chicken cross the road joke, I hope. Busy road for that chicken. What is this if not a literal access point? We've been in this neighborhood for about 10 years, and our neighbors at Carrington Place, at Copperleaf, at Woodneath Farms, certainly all of our friends at Shoal Creek Elementary, the administrators, the teachers, they all come to see us, and we consider ourselves very lucky that they do. But what this is not only an easier way for that to happen, but a safer way. As you can tell by the traffic, this is a hop and spot. Exactly what Heather just said. I remember when there was nothing in between 435 and 35. I grew up in the Northland, and this area has just exploded in the best possible way. So I'm sure I'm expressing a lot of shared gratitude and enthusiasm, but thank you to Councilwoman Hall, to Councilman O'Neill, and all the members of the TIF committee who made this possible for us. On behalf of our partners over at Shoal Creek Elementary, we are so grateful. Thank you so much.